What's going on, y'all? Happy Friday. If you're new to the channel, it's Flavor Wire Queen. Y'all know what time it is. It is Mock Friday. Today, we're going to do another mock draft. Shockingly, I joined another league this week. I'm not going to let y'all know how many leagues I'm in because I'm in a few, but I'm sure most of you are in more leagues than me. But nonetheless, we're going to do a mock draft for a Superflex league, and it's going to be with 3 wide receivers. So I have to start 3 wide receivers. So I'm going to try to make sure that I get a lot of young, talented wide receivers. I really starting to enjoy the wide receiver position, especially with the way the game has changed and evolved over the years in the NFL, and with all of this young talent that is entering the NFL every season. So let's get right into it, y'all.
Welcome to the Blown Coverage Fantasy Football Podcast with Waiver Wire Queen.
That's right, y'all. Shout out to Tony Anthems for this dope beat. His information is in my comments. So if you are looking for any good beats, holla at Tony Anthems. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. And if you enjoy playing fantasy football, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we have a lot of great content, which is going to help you prepare for the upcoming season so you can achieve your ultimate goal. And your goal is to win. If you got 10 leagues, your goal should be to win all 10 of your leagues. May seem unrealistic, but hell, if you prepare, you are on your way, and it starts here today. Let's get ready to do this mock draft. Again, this is going to be a little bit different. I'm having to start 3 wide receivers, and we don't typically do the 3 wide receiver set, but I really like it because, again, I am intrigued by all of the young, talented wide receivers that are entering the NFL every season in a game. And again, with the way the game has evolved, it should be fun as hell. So I'm just going to have fun with this mock draft and kind of try to form a strategy for this upcoming draft because this draft is on Sunday. It's short notice. I joined the league maybe 2 days ago, and I'm picking 4. And we're going to do this draft on the Sleeper app because the league is being hosted on the Sleeper app. So let's get ready to do it, guys. Let me share my screen so we can get right into it and have some fun because it's Friday. Hey, and it's time to have fun. It's weekend time. It's time to have fun and enjoy fantasy football. So let's do this mock. So again, I'm going to be doing this mock on the Sleeper app, and a little bit about the setup of the Sleeper app. You'll see all of the players who are draftable are right down here. You can click to see your watch list. You can see show players that you drafted. You know, you can, once we draft, you'll see those players you drafted, or you can do the rookies only if you're looking at rookies. But obviously, we want to see everyone because this is a startup dynasty league, and we don't have any players on our team yet. You know, you click here to see your roster. You can look here and see the players you put in your queue. And if you want to chat and talk crap, you can. And also, when you are on the actual Sleeper app on your phone, there is like a lounge where you can talk a lot of noise and, you know, have fun. We're going to make sure that we have all of our draft settings according to the league, and they pretty much are. And we are going to get ready to get this draft started. Again, I haven't had a lot of time to get ready for this draft, but at the end of the day, I'm a fantasy pro. I love playing fantasy, so I'm going to make it work. Let's do this, guys. So we're gonna click start draft. Now, I'll tell you this, my preference is to host and participate in my drafts via my phone. The Sleeper app to me is a little bit better than using the desktop. So my preference is the app. So I do my drafts on my phone. It's more comfortable that way. Okay, so you see, again, so far this is a very good strategy. This is a pretty much a super flex league. So you're going to see a lot of quarterbacks going early on. Now, I would draft a quarterback early, and I'll be honest with you. You really need to get your quarterbacks early in a 2 quarterback league because you don't want to look up and have older quarterbacks who aren't really that good as your starting quarterback. So you don't want to end up with a quarterback that there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding that quarterback as your quarterback, because you already know that that's going to be a problem for you. So you want to make sure you address the quarterback position. But for the purposes of this draft, I'm going to do something else. If you check out my top 10 wide receivers, which I released on Wednesday, you'll get to see my top 10 rankings and who are the guys who should be drafted first. Again, I had my top 5 as Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. I think I had CD and I think Devontae Adams. I can't remember it, but it's somewhere along the lines. But check it out, because you get to see who I feel are those top guys. These guys have a lot of reason why they are the top. I mean, if nothing else, the consistency at the wide receiver position, the opportunity for someone like CeeDee Lamb has the opportunity to truly be the number 1 wide receiver for the Cowboys. And you also got to factor in the fact that Michael Gallup is out, and who knows if he's going to be ready to start the season. So he has an opportunity to really, really have a career year. And then again, the Cowboys offense is one of the high-powered offenses in the NFL. So that's one of the reasons why he has jumped up my list. And I expect him to produce at a high level. And we already know that if you are on the board, like I'm here right now, if I went with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, or Cooper Kupp, fantasy-wise, you're not wrong with drafting either one of these guys first. It's a matter of preference to me, because I feel like all 3 of these guys are just really the ones that are going to, week after week, put fear in people's hearts and when you help you win your league and potentially win every game. They'll have you in a game, they'll carry you, and that's why I'm just gonna go Jamar Chase first. That's just what I'm gonna do right here. And do the Jamar Chase thing. And we're gonna turn that noise off, because I don't want to hear them wilding over the picks. Okay. Oh, it did not turn it off. And so, yeah, seeing Jalen Hurts go early is not a surprise, considering that, fantasy wise, he produces. I'll say from a NFL standpoint, there will be some concerns, but again, they're saying that he is working and he's going to improve. So we'll see what happens. I do like the back-to-back Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb picks. That was very good. It's going to be some serious issues with those 2 guys. Yeah, very, very serious. But again, I'm looking at what I really want to do. Do I want to go A.J. Brown? I have Debo. I have some options here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it young. I'm going to add another young, let's see. I want to do a young team. I don't want to take all of the, I want to have a mixture of my young and vets when it comes to the wide receiver position, but I don't want my veterans to be extremely too old. I don't. So I'm gonna pass on AJ Brown. I kind of want to pick him, but I'm gonna go with Debo. So I have 2 wide receivers. As you see, I'm doing 2 wide receivers. Then most likely I'll come back around and maybe grab a running back or a quarterback here. I have the opportunity to add another high-powered wide receiver, but by the time I get back here, well, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I did say I'm gonna go wide receiver heavy. Also, keep in mind, this is a 2 tight end league, so you're gonna see a lot of those tight ends go early. If you want a premium tight end, you're gonna have to get your tight end early. I like the mixture at my wide receiver position. And now I'm going to definitely look at either a running back or I'm going to look at a quarterback. And as you can see, the quarterback position is getting a little suspect. It is. Now, I can gamble, but I do believe that Team 3 and Team 1 are going to be taking some of these quarterbacks. So I'm going to be extra bold here, and I'm going to do something that most people would say I'm crazy. I am going to go, well, actually, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see if I gamble and it comes back around. Is my guy going to be there? I'm going to take Saquon because I honestly believe the Giants will improve this year, and Saquon will be healthy. They've invested in that offensive line. So I am expecting some better results from Saquon. So I'm taking that chance. Now, I could go with my quarterback, or I can say, well, you know what, TIKIA, you know what, waiver wire queen, add a running back. So I'm going to add a running back, and I'm gambling here to see if it comes back around, if there's going to be a quarterback. Again, this is a gamble. So it's tough, but I'll tell you, the live draft, it's going to be quarterback heavy. It simply is. I expect early on in those first few rounds for those quarterbacks to be drafted. So I wanted to pair Derek Carr with Devontae Adams, and I was gonna do it here where I picked Saquon, but as you can see, I was able to wait a little. I know most don't think my little quarterback, my wide receiver, not my wide receiver, my running back position is very heavy, but it may seem a little weak, but I really do think Barkley will be all right this year, and I do believe with an improved with an improved Chicago offensive line, hopefully, and with Justin Fields improving, my team should be good to go. Now, here is where I'm just going to do it. Like, he's still available. So I'm simply going to look and see who else is there. I'm taking Olave because I just really want to add another young wide receiver to the mix. I hope that I'm hoping that Winston is going to come back strong because I really do want Olave to be able to show out. I simply do. So I'm gonna go young here for my for a tight end. I'm just gonna go do it. Go young. I'm going with Pat Freiermuth. He has the potential to be top 10 this year. I do believe that. So I'm gonna go, since it's getting real scarce here at the quarterback position, I'm gonna go Ryan Tannehill. But I do believe with Pat Freiermuth that he has the opportunity to really be a top 10 tight end. I don't care if it's Mitch or if it's Kenny as the starting quarterback. He's going to be a security blanket, and he is definitely going to be a red zone guy. So if nothing else, red zone, red zone, red zone. And so now I can start looking at some of these other running backs in this league. What I will tell you is to make sure that you are checking the settings prior to your draft, so you know what to do in the draft, because you may draft a bunch of players, but if your settings are pretty much set to where it's a more favorable league for running backs, then you may want to consider the running back position a little bit more. But again, you really do need to address that. You cannot pass up on an opportunity to make sure that your settings and how you draft kind of are parallel. It falls into place, because if it's a running back league where you're getting more points and stuff awarded for your running back, you do have to get your wide receivers, obviously, but you definitely may want to add a little more of those top running backs first. And again, you can't go wrong if you draft your running back early, like Jonathan Taylor being number one, and I'm not surprised, and that's still a good move. However, seeing I'm looking for him. Where did Henry go? Derrick Henry, where you at? I'm looking to tell y'all where Derrick Henry went. Yeah, Derrick Henry going in the third round is crazy. I could have taken him here. Now I'll look at this strategy and then look at my quarterback position, and I may end up doing something different. Maybe I'll go with 2 wide receivers early and then grab my quarterback here instead of waiting here. But I want to load up my team, and I want my team to be very, very good. Now, what I can do here is look at another tight end. I really do think CLEMENT is going to have a really good season this year. It's going to be very, very good. Had a breakout year this past season. Let's look at what he did. He had over 600 yards for the season. So, look, as you can see, look, 612 yards. The touchdown situation would really help. So if he can do what he did this past season, which I think he'll improve a little bit, because no more Jimmy Graham, he's going to be the full-time starter. So I think that 612 may bump up slightly, and if Fields improves a little bit more than what I think. Can he hit 700? It all depends on how Fields performs. But if Fields takes a huge step, then yes, he can hit the 700 mark. And I want to see at least get some touchdowns. Give me 3 touchdowns. I'll be happy with 3, but I need to see the touchdowns. Zach Ertz is going to he's going to eat early and often. Look what he did this past season. He was healthy. Health is wealth for Zach Ertz. And 763 yards is very good because let's be real, when he was traded from the Eagles, most people thought that was a wrap for his career, but no, he said, no, it's not a wrap for my career. And I'm going to see what other whatever quarterback. There's other quarterbacks, yes, that I can come and get, so I can wait, or I can go and grab me. Let's see how many wide receivers I have, because again, it's all about the wide receiver position for me. So I have obviously 3 very good ones, and I can also use some of these guys as a trading asset if I want. So I got 4. And now I'm going to go and look and add. I think I'll add another running back here, depending on who's here. I really am staying away from Michael Carter because I do believe Breece Hall's going to be that guy. So it just is what it is. He is going to be the one. And I don't know if it's going to be 1A, 1B, but to me, it should be 1 and then 2. Because that's just what it is. So right now, I don't really see anybody that I would want to take here because there are other players who I can possibly pick up. I'm staying away from Claypool because I just am staying away from Claypool. But yeah, I would draft Singletary here possibly, or come down and look at, well, James Robinson may not be ready to start the season. But again, James Robinson at some point is going to be one of those guys. So I may just snatch up either a tight end, because I still need a tight end, or another quarterback. So really got to consider the tight ends that are on the board. I really like Kemet. Again, I probably can get away with not getting a tight end and still being able to get a solid tight end. I'm trying to get young tight ends. If I didn't get Pitts, which Pitts went, where did he go? He went in the first. So yeah, I may end up just going either quarterback or running back here. And again, I think I can come back around. So I may just go for my quarterback. Now, Winston, I don't necessarily feel like he's going to be that good. I do think Matt Ryan's going to be all right this year. So I feel like I could get away with kind of coming down. I'm just not feeling any of these guys. But I'll tell you what, I will take a chance on Singletary. It was going to be either Singletary or I'm going to come all the way down here and take James Robinson, because I do believe at some point he's going to be available. I just want to come out of this draft with all starting a running back. You see, so I was going to take a chance on a quarterback, and they didn't take a quarterback. So it kind of buys me a little more time. Not a lot of time, but it buys me some time, okay? Because I do have 2 starters, all right? I do feel like Derek Carr has been slept on. He has performed extremely well. He had a career high in passing yards this past season with over 4,800. So I feel like I'm confident there, and then pairing him up with my guy was smart too. So I'm going to come here and I'm just going to take Noah Fant. I think he'll be very good this season because I feel like Locke, if Locke is the starter, he's going to get the ball to him, because he ain't going to be able to do nothing else but get the ball to him. So let's see what Drew Lock has been able to do. Let's look. He's not going to get drafted early, but you'll see some teams pick him up. So as you can see, he is behind Geno. So I do feel like Geno will get the ball to him. I honestly feel like I would trust Geno in that offense over Locks. I think he's better, and that's just what it is. So that's one to keep in mind. Some under the radar running backs who you can try to pick up. Marlon Mack is definitely someone you can check for, because I do feel like he's gonna be solid this year. I really think that Zamir White is going to have some type of action. He's going to be involved, okay? He's going to be involved. Jaquande White, he signed with the Dolphins. The Dolphins, that offense that backfield is just a mess. So it's just something that I am simply staying away from. I may come back and get a wide receiver on the way around, or I'm going to grab another tight end. But no, what I'm going to do right here is I don't care. I'm going to go with either Robert Woods. I like David Bell, but I really do like Robert Woods better. But I'm going to come all the way down here and get Alan Lazard instead. I like Alan Lazard as a breakout player this year. Russell Gage is going to have a career year. Wan'Dale Robinson has been playing very well. Well, not playing very well because he hasn't been playing, but practicing very, very well. Yeah, we're talking about practice out here in these streets. Yes, it is important, okay? And I think he's going to be extremely good. But yes, the Alan Lazard, underrated. Albert O, tight end with Denver, should be very good this year. Calvin really, that's just too early, but hell, somebody wants to take a chance on him. Go on and take all your chances. This ain't going to be me, damn it. I'm not doing it. Hell to the no. Okay. And you see, I didn't take Zamir White. Look, he's gone. Again, they did not, the Raiders did not opt into, they decided not to extend Jacobs his 5th-year option. They declined that. So yeah, I was high on the Joku prior to hearing that Watson may be suspended for a year or more, whoever the hell knows. If he plays with Baker, if they keep Baker, which I doubt, it's not going to be really good. I'm higher on the Cleveland wide receivers and tight ends, more so if Watson is there. Otherwise, they need to just run heavy. Get the damn ball to Nick Chubb. Don't play no games. Get the ball to my boy Nick Chubb. Okay, so there's still some really good wide running backs down here to get. I'm gonna take a chance and wait and hope the guy that I want to grab is still there. So I have some options. I can go with Winston. I do feel like he's the number one. So you know what? Let's just go Winston. How about that? Just to add another quarterback. I want to come away with at least 4 quarterbacks in this draft, and preferably a young quarterback as well. So now I want to look and see if I can. I'm not going to be able to do it. So I'm going to just take Marlon Mack right now and get him. I think Marlon Mack, he has the chance this year. I'm hoping that he's going to be healthy, because I feel like if he's healthy, he's going to be the starter for for Houston. And if he's the starter, I would definitely look at Pierce, which he may have already been drafted. Let's see. Well, I don't see his name here, but let's see if I can click on him through Marlon Mack's information. Let's see. Let's go. Did they put him on here? Yep, he's here. Let's see who picked him up. Doesn't look like he's been drafted yet, but yeah, I would definitely pick up Pierce. So I didn't see that he was drafted, but should have been by now. Nonetheless, if he's still available, that's somebody you should definitely check for. Marquez Valdez-Scantling may have a good season this year with my boy Pat Mahomes. Okay, we'll have to see. I'm going to be watching to see what he does. I really liked Khalil Shakir prior to the draft. I don't think he's going to get a lot of time with the Bills. You see what the Bills are capable of doing. You see what they have. So I don't necessarily feel like he's going to be that guy. So what I can do here is I can go add another quarterback, which I want to go young at the quarterback position. And I'm going to just say, you know what? I'm going to go young and add me another quarterback. But I want to see if I added enough wide receiver help here. I do so far. I have 6. I kind of like the having the 6. I do need to add another tight end, and that's what I'm going to do. Chris Carson is a player I'm afraid of and I'm staying away from. So you guys kind of consider that. I honestly will tell you about the Desmond Ridder situation. Hearing so many great things about him. I do feel at some point he's going to start this season, because they are going to want to know if he is their guy, or do they need to go and draft someone in the 2023 draft. If he turns out to be the guy that they're saying he is, what he's doing right now, then kudos. You made a really good pick in picking him up. So yes. So what I'm going to do here right now is I'm going to add another tight end. I'm looking to see what my opponents in front of me have done, and they don't look like they have many tight ends. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reach a little because it ain't really reaching. I'm going to add Brevin Jordan because I think Brevin Jordan will be very good this year. And you see, this turned out to be a good move because look, they started drafting tight ends. Now, Gronk obviously has retired, so in the real draft, somebody is definitely going to draft him. Some of the guys I'm playing with, I'm familiar with them, and I expect them to draft him accordingly. Now, right here is going to be a high risk, hopefully high reward. I'm going to take OBJ because if he does say he does end up at some point signing back with the Rams or wherever, I think he's shown us that he has the talent, and it wasn't him. I'll say that. It wasn't him, damn it. So now, once you start getting into these rounds, this is when the draft gets really, stressful because you got to know some of these players that are still on the board. Dearness Johnson is obviously third on that depth chart. Darrell Williams will definitely be the backup to Connor. So we'll have to see what happens there. He should be in the mix. I'm not really touching Eno Benjamin because I simply don't feel like he's shown enough when he was given the opportunity to start. Smith signed as an undrafted rookie with the Saints. As you know, Alvin Kamara may miss some time. We don't know. Got some legal issues going on. So this is why people are looking at Abram Smith. And then you still also know that Mark Ingram is in the mix. I'll tell you this. My boy, Michael Thomas, yeah, he's not playing or doing anything in OTA. So no practices for him. Really getting nervous. I'm hoping that he is going to be ready to start the season. So kind of be careful with that. I think Osborne will be cool. Justin Ross, he's medically cleared. I haven't heard a lot about what's going on with him there. So that's a player you definitely have to kind of look and analyze the situation before you make any moves there. But he's still not a bad player to pick up. Greg Dulcich, I like him for Denver. Hayden Hurst, I think he'll be solid for Cincinnati. However, he's still going to be in that role that Uzama was in, because you figure with Hayden Hurst, he's going to be right behind some guys, right? You figure it's going to be Chase. Then it's going to be Higgins. Then it's going to be Tyler Boyd. Then it's going to be Hayden Hurst. So that's fourth. And then I can say, well, at times he may be fifth because they may be looking at Joe Mixon. But I do believe he's going to have a really good, sneaky season, hopefully. But you got to figure out, like, when is the right time to pick him up. So when I'm looking here, I may go with Justin Ross just off of potential, or I may just wait a little. But I do want to add another tight end because I'm thinking about how many tight ends I have. And I said I wanted some young tight ends with potential. So I'm going extra young on all my tight ends. And I'm just going to pick Greg Dulcich. I'll tell you, once I came back around, he wouldn't have been available. He wouldn't have. So I got him. I got a young tight end, and I am pleased with that young tight end. But I want to look down here because I couldn't. Yeah, Dameon Pierce had to be drafted early because there's no way in hell he would still be on this board at this point of the draft. So I'm staying away from Corey Davis, just simply doing that, and that is what it's going to be. I honestly feel like Jamison Crowder should be very good this season. He's playing with a really good quarterback. The only issue with him is health. Is he going to be healthy? He should be their slot guy. If we look at what Cole Beasley did as a slot guy, then Jamison Crowder should be solid. So again, I might just go on and do it. I don't really trust these 4 guys. So I'm just going to take Crowder because I wanted to add another wide receiver. So let's see how many quarterbacks I have. I have 1, 2, I have 3. I have 4 quarterbacks. So not bad having 4 quarterbacks. Let's scroll down and see what this team is looking like. The team is coming to form. We're working, y'all. We doing the damn thing out here in these damn fantasy football streets, and there's just not a lot that I like late down here. When I scroll through and look at some of these players who have signed with teams again, Smith is a player that I would add. I really like Jerome Ford prior to the draft, but I don't like the destination. It was very unfavorable for me. Um, Amari Rogers, didn't really do much last year, but he's going to have an opportunity this year. Considering, I'll say if Sammy Watkins can remain healthy and on the field, he should he should have a good year, but I'm not going to pick him right now. I like Bellinger being signed to the Giants. I mean, drafted to the Giants, because who they really got at tight end? You got Ricky Seals-Jones and you got Jordan Akins. Jordan Akins didn't do much. Neither did Seals-Jones so far, but he did play well at times for the Commanders. So let's see. Tommy Tremble's a nice young player. I'm hoping that this season is going to be a year where they utilize him a little bit more, but we'll have to see. We'll simply have to see. Cade Otton may have more opportunity because, hey, Gronk is retired and it can't just be Cameron Brate. So they may add a veteran. We'll have to see. But let's just get ready to pick somebody. I'm looking for somebody who's gonna get some time. So this is not a bad pick here, Darrell Williams. Or I can come and add another quarterback, which I'm not at this point. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not. I may look later on and add Carson Strong, just late. Just add somebody. But no, not at that point. So it's gonna either for me be Darrell Williams or Darrell Williams or Sammy Watkins, and maybe one of these tight ends. But I'm just gonna come and add Darrell Williams because I do feel like he's going to be in the mix. Edwards, I want to see what he's gonna be able to do with Atlanta, considering obviously they needed wide receiver help. Okay, they got Drake London, but again, Ridley, we don't know when he's going to play for them. So that was a good pickup for me for them. And so now I can look at either a tight end, or I'm going to go and grab the guy that I said I would take a chance on. And I said I would take a chance on Sammy Watkins because I honestly feel like when he's on the field and healthy, he will be really good. However, it's just a matter of how long is he going to be on the field and be healthy for your team. That is the factor. That is what you have to consider. And that's scary. I do like Jeremy Ruckert, so I'm going to snatch him up. Jake Ferguson, that's an interesting selection because you got to realize he is going to be backing up, obviously, Dalton Schultz. But outside of Dalton Schultz, they don't have anyone else at the tight end position. They let Jarwin go because he isn't healthy. That hip, who knows what's going on with it. So, again, at some point, that's going to be a really good move. I think at some point, Jeremy Ruckert should be really good for the Jets. Again, Tyler Conklin had a career year with Minnesota. They moved back to Irv Smith, but he had a really good season with them. We'll have to see. The Jets have a lot of very good young weapons surrounding Wilson. So let's see. But I prefer to just do this. Ooh, then let me just pick them right now. That's who I want. And then there's some players. Yeah, I almost drafted a player instead of put him in my queue. So players I'm looking at potentially late. Just some players who I feel is going to get on the field and have an impact for their team at some point. I like Marvin Jones. I always like Marvin Jones. He was the most consistent wide receiver for Jacksonville. Although Jacksonville gave Christian Kirk a huge contract, I still don't really look at him as a number one. So I'm going to have to see what he does this year. That's it. Plain and simple. Who else on this list I like? Look, I am not high on Olamide because he has had opportunities and just hasn't performed. So I am not. I hear a lot of good things about Isaiah Kinsey, but it's just too many other guys ahead of him for me to invest early draft capital, even though this is it's late. So it's a no for me. So it may be Marvin Jones, or I may look back at the quarterback position. At some point, maybe I may want to take a chance on Carson Strong. Bailey Zappi is another one I'll add. Kellen Mound, I don't really know what's going to happen. They didn't even give him an opportunity when the Vikings were playing for nothing. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that situation. He probably has a lot of talent, but when you just don't get on the field, you just don't get on the field. You don't have the opportunity. And Caleb Ellaby may take a late chance on him, undrafted rookie, signed with Seattle, and you see what their quarterback position looks like. Staying away from Damian Williams, I just am. Kennedy Brooks is a very intriguing option, so I'm going to throw him in my queue. Not touching Eno Benjamin because I do feel like it's just a no for me. I honestly feel like he's had opportunities and just haven't done much with those opportunities. I would take a chance on a rookie first. So it's a no for me. So this is the time in the draft where it's getting scarce because there's not a lot left. So you just want to find the best available talent. Again, he should be higher up. So the fact that Cameron Brate is all the way down here, I'm just gonna pick him because why is he still there? So yeah, I did go 2 tight ends, and that's fine. But I could not allow Cameron Brate to still be on the board considering he is going to be the starter. I like the Jalen Watermeyer pick because he was one of the most, if not the most athletic, talented tight end. He went undrafted. He just didn't have a good combine at all. And he's with the high-powered Bills. At some point, he may get the opportunity. But also, they have Knox, OJ Howard. He has to make that team. He may do what he can to make the team. I was actually hoping that since he wasn't drafted, that maybe my Giants would get him. But I honestly like the young kid that they did draft. And again, when you are this late in the draft, you just need to look for the best available player. And that's just simply that. So let's look at our queue and see what we have. We still have some really good young talent on the board. We have Isaiah Likely, Tyler Conklin. We have Carson. And this is based on what is available and what is left. So we just kind of look at what's there, They said Hillard is really doing very good in he did very good at OTAs. And so, he's obviously going to be backing Henry up, and he played well at times last season in relief of Henry. So that is a player that you can consider. Zaquandre White is an intriguing option simply because they got like 8,000 running backs, and all of them are either get hurt or haven't played well. So he is going to get a chance to get on the field at some point. But you don't have to. You probably can add him as a free agent, or for waivers, or you can pick him up depending on how deep your league is, but he's a player you throw in your taxi squad and hope that, hey, he ends up performing. But when I go further and further down this list, it's just, it's very, very scary. Zenobian White's another player. He signed with the Jets, but you got to understand, it's Breece Hall, Michael Carter. I think they still have Ty Johnson, so it would be that order, and then Zenobian White if he was to make the roster. He may make the roster. We'll have to see. So that is it for the running back position. Most of the young undrafted players are gone. So it's just simply a no for me. It's a no. I'm not even touching Zach Moss. I'm just not doing it because I'm just not doing it. Boston Scott is sometimes going to get on the field, like always. He always gets on the field. So not saying it's somebody you should draft, but when you're in a deep league like this with the rosters deep where you have to add a large amount of players to your bench, he's somebody you end up drafting. I do believe Kenneth Gainwell should see more time on the field this year and should have a breakout season because, again, what we do know is that they're going to run the football. We know Hurts is going to run the football as well. And we also know that Miles Sanders at some point may miss time because he simply isn't capable of playing a full season often. He always injured. Okay, he did. You see, yeah, okay, fine. But 12. He's always missing time. Okay. It's just, I stay away from him because he misses time every year. And it's like, okay, look, we're not going to do this. Okay. We're not going to do this year. Yeah, he's going to do it. Now, at the wide receiver position, I know people are going to draft Byron Pringle. I'm simply just not high on him. I'm not doing the Randall Cobb thing. No, I'm just simply not. I know some guys who got a bet on Guyton and who else was the other guy? Joshua Palmer. So they have a bet on who's going to end up having the breakout year. I'm staying away from both of those guys. So it's a no for me, but this late in the draft, it's gonna be players that you're like, ooh. But when I look down and look at some of these wide receivers, it's just a no for me. I have a lot of wide receivers. I have enough. And again, here is where you just draft what player you feel to be the best talent. I don't feel like right here for those guys, but Chimgonzi Okonwu is intriguing late. Also, you got to think that Austin Hooper is going to have a breakout year. I think he's going to have a nice bounce back year for the Titans. It was a disaster for the Browns. That was a disastrous few seasons with the Browns. He should have either stayed with Atlanta or go somewhere else. I knew that just wasn't a good move. It just wasn't. And so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add another tight end. So what, y'all? I'm trusting the process on Isaiah Likely. I'm gonna throw him in my taxi squad. You see, everybody went tight end, so I made the right move. That's right. And since we drafted these young, I'm gonna go young because I think that by going young, I can add a young running back and just throw him on my taxi squad at this point. Now, we all heard that Najee may have a reduced role, meaning he's not going to be on the field for every damn play. He had well over 300 touches, which is a lot for a rookie. Even though he was good, it's still just a bit too much. Look at 307 attempts, and then you factor in the 74 receptions. So what is that like? What is it? 307. So what's that like? 381. That is insane. Okay, insane in the membrane. That's insane. Damn it. I know that song. That's insane. That was classic music, but this is insane. Should not be happening. So they are doing the right thing, in my opinion, because they are trying to make sure that he has some sort of longevity, or at least get the window for the running back, because what they got like a shelf life of what, 2, 3, 4 years? He's already 24. He's already getting over 380 touches. That's a lot as a rookie. So this is a smart move, and they have to be smart because he is their guy. Okay. Simply put, he's their guy, so they got to be smart. I'll go here before I make my pick. I really like George Pickens, so if you can draft him, prioritize him, please do so. Let's go back to Benny Snell. I was saying Benny Snell because one, if this is where I say the Steelers didn't plan right with this, because if they felt like they were going to give Harris a slightly reduced role, which it's not going to be truly reduced. He's just not going to touch the ball on every down. Then they should have added a running back. They should have added a running back in the draft, because none of these running backs, to me, have really done anything. Like Benny Snell has had opportunities and it just hasn't been great. But he is the guy who is slated to back him up. So I'm just going to draft him, because think about the strategy you can use. Some managers like to have the backup running backs of their top guys. So if nothing else, you may be able to acquire an asset, maybe a late draft pick or mid-round draft pick, or package Benny Snell to whoever has Najee Harris. That is on the board, guys. So don't think that that's not an option. It simply is. And you gotta consider that, because you gotta consider everything, and that's an option. So when you are late in these rounds where there are the backups to some of these running backs, you may snatch one or two up and utilize them in a trade to acquire something else. You simply can. That is a strategy you can take as well. Is Jeff Wilson going to get on the field? Who knows? We've seen who knows. They got 8,000 running backs. They just simply do. every running back on the 49ers performs. So it's a no for me. It's a no. I would have liked to have added another young wide receiver, so that's something I may do differently. And again, there are some more tight ends I can add. Here I go. Y'all see, I'm all about the tight ends, right? Now I'm just so I can add Conklin, or I can go with another quarterback, which I'm not. Um, it's a no for me. Or I can add a running back, which I don't really like any of these guys here unless I'm going all the way down and adding Zaquandre, which I won't do so. So what I'm gonna do is just not draft the. Oh, I'm gonna add another tight end. That's right, y'all, and add like 7,000 tight ends. Maybe able to package a tight end because this is a 2 tight end league, and I may be able to get away with doing something like that. So here I'm just gonna come here and say, come on, Tutu, come on over to the waiver wire queen team. Hey, see Zaquandre, this is a good pick. So and think about it in your drafts, whether it's a startup league or rookie league, a startup league or your supplemental rookie draft, you may be drafting some of the undrafted players late who signed to teams. So that's something you have to consider as well. And that's simply what it is. So this is my last pick. So I need to make this pick count. So I'm gonna take a chance. Jerion Ellie signed with the Chiefs. I think it's gonna be hard for him to truly crack the roster because they have obviously their guys, but as you know, Clyde Edwards-Helaire hasn't really done a great job. So you see one of the reasons why they added Ronald Jones, and McKinnon is still in the mix, right? So yeah, so he's a player you can add if you want to just throw him in your taxi squad. But at the end of the day, you know what I just said. It's just so here I'm just trying to look for someone who may have some type of upside, which at this point in the draft, it ain't a lot of upside there. But this is something I could do because let's just say, let's think about it. If you're having your draft early and you're like, okay, this is the last round. Most of these guys are not even going to get on the field, right? That's how your mindset is. And then you realize that Gus Edwards and Dobbins is at risk for not starting the season, and they may be on the unable to perform list, right? So that would instantly put Mike Davis in the mix. Not saying he's going to be good or not, but I'm just going to take him off a potential mix. And once I hear later on, I may just release him if it's not something that'll work. That's simply what I may do. So let's just look at our team and see what we did, because I would do it like this, but it just highlights it. So we're gonna look down here. You see the highlighted, and you see what I did. I would say that I would change taking Adams here, but I said I was going to go wide receiver heavy. This is going to be a PPR league. More incentives for the wide receiver and tight end position. So not a bad move. I do like Derek Carr as my quarterback. I'm taking a chance on Saquon today. Don't mean I'm taking a chance on him on Sunday. And this may not be my strategy. I'm just trying the strategy. I'm going to be trying different strategies just to see what strategy is going to be best for my team. Got Jamar Chase. That's who I really wanted for this mock. I may do something totally different in other mocks. Debo, still think he's going to be very, very good, even though he doesn't like how he's being utilized, or allegedly he doesn't like how he's being utilized. It was a career year, so go on and let them put you in whatever role, and so you can get your contract with somebody else, because they ain't trying to pay Debo. I still feel like Devontae Adams will be good, although may take a slight hit because they have more talent. You got Hunter Renfrow and you got Darren Waller, who is still a top 10. I'm a top 5. I'm sorry. He's a top 5 tight end. Darren Waller is still top 5. So you have some better offensive weapons. So he's still going to be really good. Adams is still going to be top 5. But, there's other guys in the mix now. So he doesn't have to do everything. He doesn't have to catch every daggone ball that the quarterback throws for his team. I really do like the Pat Freya move and the Noah Vaughn. I like the young Nucleus at the tight end position. I really like this Chris Olave move. I can utilize him in a trade use him as a trading chip if I want to maybe add another running back if I'm not confident in my running backs. Then I have Devin Singletary. Really like that move. Ryan Tannehill, not so high, so that's one thing I would have done a little bit differently. Alan Lazard, I'm very high on him. I did have the option to go with Aaron Rodgers a little bit earlier, but I didn't want to go that old at that stage at quarterback. But if I had to do it over, I probably would want Aaron Rodgers over Ryan Tannehill. And then let's go down here. I like the Marlon Mack pick a whole lot. Desmond Ridder, I love this pick. Brevin Jordan, Odell Beckham. That's a really good pick because, again, he's going to come back. He's going to produce wherever he goes, just as long as he ain't got Baker Mayfield as his quarterback. I'm sure he's going to make sure he don't play or sign on the same damn team that he's on. I like the Greg Dulcich. Again, with Crowder, I think he'll be good if he can remain healthy. Some of these picks are just potential high risk, high reward, like the Crowder, the Sammy Watkins, the Odell. It may not pay off this year, but at some point it will pay off. Cameron Brate, I like that pick late. I doubt he'll be there that late in this league, considering it's a 2 tight end league. Who else? I like the pick of Isaiah Likely. They don't have a lot of weapons outside of top 5 tight end and Bart. Yeah, I know who it is. Who else they got in there? They got Bateman. Okay. Yes. So look, Andrews, me and him on a first name basis, which why I called him Mark, and then Bateman. Outside of that, everybody else is suspect. I think Tylan Wallace will be more in the mix, but when you look, it's like, oh, okay, who else? They may end up utilizing some more of these tight ends. And again, with Bateman, they drafted him. He had an okay rookie year. He's missed some time. Jackson was out. I expect him to have a career year this year. Okay, and the Mike Davis, that's a wild card pick. If it doesn't work, I can release him and just have that as a rotating spot. So I kind of like my team. My team is kind of nice, y'all. Y'all know the team is nice. And that's just what it is. My team. That is my team. All right, y'all, leave some comments and let me know your thoughts of my draft and what kind of strategy should I approach. Should I go with a quarterback early in the first round at pick 4, because that is where I'll be picking, or should I pick up a quarterback on the back end of that draft, or maybe like round 2? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you play fantasy football, we have a lot of great content to help you prepare for the upcoming season so you can win your league, because that is the goal, to win your league. And we have a lot of great content which will prepare you to do so. And make sure you hit that like button and share this video with all your peoples who play fantasy football. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Blown Coverage Fantasy Football Podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Blown Coverage Fantasy Football Podcast.